Oh, I guess it's working. Let's hit the intro. Hello, it's Matt and Josh with Slingin Books. Are you vaping now? What is that?
No.
What? What was the gun?
I was giving you a gun for reassurance, but I was indeed vaping. You may continue.
Oh, I forget what the policy is on that. With I think YouTube allows it. Kevin Smith says YouTube allows that, but Facebook does not. So he was not he was not vaping. Facebook algorithm AI. Shit. Now what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you sell comics is a place you can buy and sell comics. $5.99 a month to list your items for buy now prices. $59.99 a month to run your own auctions for as short as long as you want. You can run an auction for a year if you so had chosen to do. I don't know. No one's done that. You know what? I should have done that at the start last year because we're just over a year old now since we worked out all the bugs and had our official launch. So,
a little late anniversary stream. All right.
I guess.
Kinda.
Yeah. So, first year recap went pretty well. Hit the target of 50 vendors in a year, which I wanted. So that's good. And it's only going to get better from here.
Oh yeah.
Listen, the app's going to take longer than we originally planned. Had to do some rearranging with development on that one. So if anyone knows a developer, reach out to me. We may be able to do some business. Not that we didn't get some good work from our previous developer. It just wasn't. Design work was great. Coding work, not so much.
Not so much.
But it's going. Anyways, there's something else too. What was it?
Enlighten us, Matt.
I don't know. I don't remember. Oh yeah. So
it's probably a lie.
Well, I remember now. So shit. So last week, we said we were going to talk about this article, who should be Wolverine in the MCU, and then we just didn't talk about it. I'm not going to bring the article back up just because that person's opinion is that person's opinion, but it is an interesting question to talk about. So before we get into the news, which there's a shit ton this week, and from last week, but should Logan be the MCU Wolverine, or should it be X-23? Or I don't really see how you fit Dakin, Logan's son, into that without introducing Logan. But could we, because Logan was so good in Logan, do we think that introducing him maybe at least first, like you have to have Logan eventually. You can't have.
Yes.
But should he be the first Wolverine? Could we start with an X-23 and Laura Kinney, or the actress who played?
Is that the same actress? No. Yes.
Laura Kinney, the character name. It is.
I apologize. Let's get my names mixed up. I think they could do X-23 first.
Yes.
And then some type of like a callback. Blaze says, "Why can't we have both?"
Blaze says he knows a developer. Oh, Josh Moody's not a developer. Fuck,
no,
tricking me.
Not even close.
Yeah, I'm not saying we can't have Logan as well as X-23. I'm just wondering if we should have X-23 first.
One over the other.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to do X-23 first. Definitely would be pretty key.
Although they kind of already telegraphed that it will be Logan because of that. Did you see that social media post Oh wait, we talked about that last week about a man with metal claws got in a fight in a bar.
Yes.
Right.
Of course.
So I guess it will be Logan, and this argument is moot. So let's move on. Okay. Where are we? Okay, so Joker remains the only movie to be greenlit at Warner Brothers after the burning down the house. According to Variety, Folie à Deux is the only surefire future Warner Brothers Discovery DC film. Though Matt Reeves' Batman sequel is almost guaranteed, it does not have the guarantee. Yeah. It does not have the green light yet. I don't know. Like, it's fine to have the sequel. The first one was good, obviously. It was different. But I don't like if you're resetting the universe and resetting expectations for what DC is gonna be. Are you still gonna have movies that are outside your main universe without building a universe yet? Or for again?
Yeah.
Like maybe they restarted after this, but this hasn't even started filming. So it's gonna be 2 years at least until it's out. And then you've already had 3 DC movies come out since then that are now not part of this universe, but also not part of the new universe they're building.
Yet.
What do you mean yet? What do you mean yet?
What happens if they halfway through they're doing all these movies, they stand off, whatever's, and all of a sudden they're like, well, we gotta tie this together. We have we have to do it.
Are you telling me that they're gonna throw the Joaquin Phoenix Joker in with Aquaman? Jason Momoa? How weird would that fucking be?
Well, of course, 100%. But I would say that I wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility of putting the Batman and the Joker universe together.
Well, they're different timelines though. Like Joker, this is the 70s. Bruce Wayne is a kid. Like if you move him,
was it the 70s? No.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne is a kid. He's 10 years old.
That's my bad.
So you're gonna have an 80-year-old Joker and a 25-year-old Robert Pattinson.
Listen. All it takes is one portal to split up in between the screen.
Put the vape pen down.
And that's it.
Zach says... Sorry, Zach has corrected us and says it's in the 80s.
The 80s.
Was it? Those suits looked like 70s suits to me.
Anyway.
And the cars. Anyways.
My time frame was off. I thought it was much earlier. Or later.
So he'd be a 60-year-old Joker in a 25-year-old Robert Pattinson movie.
Could be like a Joker veteran inspired.
Keith says the Joker was a what if type story. Yes, it was great, and not a canon movie. However, I just we're confused as to with DC wanting to redo the universe again. Are you still going to have these standalone movies? Is the Batman? Are there going to be 2 more Batmans again, or 3 more? Because now that Jason Momoa has said that Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton are now both in Aquaman somehow. That they did reshoots. How many Batmans are we gonna have?
Wait, both? I didn't know it was both.
Yeah, I saw something from him saying Affleck is back and Keaton is in it somehow too. Well, Keaton was already in it because they had shot with the Flash. So now that
they added in,
so now the Flash looks like it's gonna happen for sure because apparently test scores were high. They're not gonna just dump that as a write-off, even if Ezra Miller's a piece of shit. Now they're gonna have 3 Batman. Affleck, Keaton, and Pattinson.
Yeah,
but so you'll have 3 different universes then of Joker 2, and then the other Joker. That's what's that actor's name from Scotland?
Have we just stumbled upon a DC theory of them trying to make their own Spider-Man 3? 3 Batmans coming together?
They'll do the pose.
Is it? The 3 did we get it? Wow. Zazzalaf is that right?
Okay. Moving on.
Oh man!
You added this week that the most hated twist in Marvel history is back.
Yes. That's that's a 3rd time, right? 3rd time's a charm on the bring back. First,
he was in Shang-Chi.
Yeah. So bingo bango.
Zach says, and they mix the Watchmen into it. What is? Are you saying? I mean, now we're 4 universes in.
Yeah, we got 4 universes. I'm juggling 4 now.
Cool. Okay. So Sir Ben Kingsley is going to be in the Wonder Man TV show. Apparently, it makes sense because he's an actor. His character is an actor, and Williams is also an actor.
Maybe he comes along early in his career or something.
Well, Trevor Slatter didn't really have much of a career until he was hired to be the Mandarin. Are you saying this takes place? Well, I guess this would take place afterwards and after he's back.
Would it? I guess.
It should. I don't know.
Okay.
While details on Marvel's small screen take on the classic character Simon Williams, aka Wonder Man, have been scarce since the initial reports of its development this past June, the series can now point to its first cast member, a familiar one at that. Indeed, Variety has reported Kingsley will reprise his role as Trevor Slattery on the upcoming Wonder Man television series. Although the nature of the character's involvement on the show remains a mystery, regardless, the series will mark a 3rd run for the esteemed Academy Award-winning actor, having played the picturesque part in 2013 Iron Man 3, after a long hiatus in 2021's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting who they get to be Wonder Man. Obviously Nathan Fillion was always the fan favorite.
Yeah.
He's probably kind of too old at this point.
Yeah, probably too old.
If anyone in the chat has suggestions on who could play Simon Williams, I'd be happy to hear them because I have no fucking clue who should play Simon Williams. It's probably it's going to be an unknown, I would think.
Mm-hmm. I would say unknown because I don't know. How can you? I don't know. It has to be.
And I think they kind of have to do unknowns for the X-Men too, but
I feel like that as well for the most part. I feel like they could be semi-famous, maybe, kind of, sort of, tiny bit.
Okay. Well, let's all get ready to be mad again. Ryan Johnson.
I'm happy.
Star Wars trilogy is still in the works.
I wanted to see it, and now we apparently still get to see it. Will it be on Disney Plus? Probably.
Yeah, I'm with Keith says in the chat, I prefer an unknown. Yeah, I'm kind of with Keith. I don't really know what kind of actor, what kind of famous person I'd like to play.
Mm-hmm.
He's I don't know that much about Wonder Man. I had read West Coast Adventures as a kid, but I barely remember some of it, and I haven't got back to read that stuff. But I have no idea. So in an interview with Empire, Johnson revealed that the project is still in the works, but is currently on the back burner. I've stayed close with Kathleen, and we get together often and talk about it. It's just, at this point, a matter of schedule and when it can happen. It would break my heart if I were finished. Yes, it would break everyone else's heart, too. If I couldn't get back to this in that sandbox at some point. Well, listen. What beloved characters from the comics or the extended universe could he kill now? Who is he gonna
he doesn't
take
have to do that.
Stab in our heart? The one. Listen, as divisive as The Last Jedi was, there were some really good things about it. There are some great scenes in that.
There were
the throne room scene with Rey and Kylo looks fantastic.
Exquisite.
I get the idea of him exploring the idea of the Jedi religion dying, and it's not. It was never going to work, and they were too. They had too much ego in it, and they were high and mighty and didn't realize their own flaws. And it's a shame.
So cool.
Yeah, you didn't have to kill Luke for that. And if he had continued that theme with Rise of the sequel, then I feel like The Last Jedi would have been better. It would have been looked at more as a cohesive story because he still explored those themes of the Jedi religion dying and reborn. Sure. You didn't have to kill Luke to do that, you fucker. But other than that, there were some good things about it that I liked. I did like the whole chasing the starship. That was a good the cruiser.
I thought that was cool. Yeah. The only thing I thought is that they maybe involved it a little bit too much in the story.
Oh, Keith
it
does
could have
not.
been a little bit
Keith
less.
does not like Johnson. Yeah, some
okay.
people do not like him at all.
But yeah, a lot of people don't
I
like him. Okay. Oh my god. I'm gonna make it really short. Basically, he was one of my favorite directors going into like 2005
7
because he did like Brick.
Yes.
And something else. I can't remember.
Looper.
And anyway,
He did Looper.
Well, Looper was much later.
Oh.
I'm talking early on into whatever. So he did a lot of great movies that I enjoyed.
Okay.
When he got one of his like, he's gonna do Star Wars. I was like,
Right.
oh my god.
Oh yeah, we all had high hopes. So
Everything
like,
happened.
oh, he's a great director. Let's see what he does.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe he doesn't get to touch any legacy characters, and this is all new characters for him to love and kill himself. But yeah, like
Yeah.
his what's that? What are those mystery movies he's doing?
The Knives Out series.
Yeah, like Knives Out was the first Knives Out was fantastic. Christopher Plummer was
First
good,
one was very
Daniel
good.
Craig, Chris Evans, is it Chris Evans in that one too?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Batman Forever star Val Kilmer is open to returning, so now we have 5 Batmans.
Not enough.
Yeah. So, do you ever watch that show with Warwick Davis called Life's Too Short?
No.
Okay. So Val Kilmer is in one episode.
Okay.
This is before throat cancer, or fortunately, or I don't know. Anyways, so he has a running. No, unfortunately, unfortunately he got throat cancer. It's fortunate that he was able to do this episode before he got it there.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So there is an episode where he's in where he where he goes around with the Batman mask and just puts it on like randomly when he introduces himself to people. And he's like, guess who I am. I feel like this is related to that. Like I just saw Top Gun Maverick and he's in it, and it's a cool callback, but it's also sad. But
oh my god.
So he said he would come back for Batman. His Batman wasn't like he himself as Batman wasn't bad. The movie definitely had some weird choices. It's weird. Like I remember Jim Carrey fondly in that movie, and Tommy Lee Jones was kind of out of his mind. But like the aesthetic and the neon and the rest of it was just like ugh. But I don't have a problem with Val Kilmer as an actor. He's a very good actor.
I would agree.
So speaking of Top Gun Maverick, Glenn Powell responds to Cyclops casting rumors. Before Comic-Con, everyone was like, dude, are you Cyclops? No, I'm not. Nobody's called me. I don't even have one contact info for Marvel, so I have no idea what people are talking about. So this is what he looks like. If you haven't seen Top Gun Maverick, it's fantastic, and it's like a Star Wars movie, actually, if you've seen it.
I haven't seen it, and I gotta watch it.
Like, in the first... Yeah, we'll talk about it afterwards, but it's like...
Sure.
Yeah. He played a I don't know how to say this. He played a good dick in the movie. He's obviously got the physique for it, and the look of like all-star high school football.
Yeah, I mean he played a huge dick in Scream Queens. So
Scream Queens.
Yes, you should watch it if you get a chance.
That's
It's very very good, like campy horror TV. It's so good. It's so good.
What is it on Netflix?
I think it was on Netflix. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Get your spec books out. Red Sonja has been cast, so I think Red Sonja appears in like I have to double check this on me, but like Conan number 5?
Oh, mark it down. Conan number 5.
First. If Keith probably knows in the chat what her first appearance is. But I'm gonna look it up. Nope, 23. I was only off by 17.
Perfect.
Yeah, so now that's going for $3,000.
Classic.
So she's been cast in production's now underway on Millennium Media's Red Sonja reboot, with the Revenge star Matilda Lutz on board to play the legendary flame-haired warrior of the title. Also, check out the rest of the cast. So I don't know her. I haven't seen anything she was in.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
Lutz has appeared in... So Keith owns Freak Show Comics in Niagara Falls, and you should check it out if you can. He's a cool owner. He says, had about 5 calls at the shop looking for it today.
Wow.
There's
That
5
takes me
people
long,
that
eh?
want to spend $3,000. Like,
Well, I don't think it's probably $3,000 there.
oh yeah. Well, I guess. Well, Keith, if you had it, what would a raw copy go for? That was like mid-grade.
Yeah, I'm curious. Before next to nothing, now couple of bucks.
So Bridget Nielsen previously played Red Sonja in 1985 movie of the same name. It was slaughtered by critics at the time and wasn't a big hit for MGM, but has since gone on to find a cult following. I recently watched that this year.
Really?
Yeah, I did. Well, I went back and watched. So I went back and watched the Conan movies, and then I'm like, you know what? I'll watch. Like, Arnold Schwarzenegger's in that movie, but he doesn't play Conan because of licensing rights. He just plays someone else, but it's Conan. And like Ernie Hudson is in it as a. Have you seen it?
I don't think so.
Keith says mid-grade raw was about $60-$75. Today it's about $300 to $400.
Holy shitballs!
That's quite a jump.
That's a pretty big
Do you remember who
jump.
Ernie Hudson is?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so he was in it as a little Asian prince that was entitled and had like a bodyguard, a fat bodyguard.
What? Okay.
Yeah. Like it's 80s can't be bad, but it's like
Yeah.
you know, I mean it's entertaining, I guess. Like Bridget Nielsen was never a good
course.
actress, but yeah, I don't know, it was fun for the time.
Yeah, of course.
So she says, I wanted to make a Red Sonja movie since I was a teenager. She has been a powerful presence for me and a character that I've always wanted to bring to the screen. My own voice and vision. When I met... Oh, sorry, this is the director. When I met Matilda Lutz, I knew she had all the magic I was looking for and could see the complexity and depth she would bring to Sonja. Bassett said in his statement, MJ is an amazing filmmaker with a fantastic vision, and Matilda was absolutely brilliant in Revenge, that we knew she was right for this role the moment we saw her, making them the perfect duo for Sonja. In addition to her blistering performance in Revenge, Lutz has appeared in the likes of Zone 1414 and Rings, and a classic horror story. I don't know those. Bassett's previous projects include Solomon Kane, which out of these 3, I've seen Solomon Kane. I like the character. I like James Purefoy because of Rome. He played Mark Antony.
Yeah.
And Solomon Kane's a good... was a good comic book character. There's not a lot of new stuff out about him. Dark Horse did some stuff way back, but there hasn't been anything new that I know of, at least lately.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was an okay movie. It had a pretty small budget, so there was some weird special effects.
Okay.
But yeah, it was alright.
Well.
So we talked about who was directing Fantastic Four. We've speculated for months. We were like Bryce Dallas Howard or Steven Spielberg or any number of people, but
Yeah.
so Matt Shackman. There's no C.
Shackman.
There's no C there, so I'm gonna say Shackman.
Shackman.
Seems to be in line to direct the first Fantastic Four movie. He was the showrunner for WandaVision. He was the director for WandaVision, the television show. Keith says this is exciting news. Yes, finally. He did a good job with WandaVision.
Agreed.
I think this is a good choice. I think this is a good choice for Fantastic Four. I don't know if it's the best choice, but it's a good choice to start with. So he has a good track record with WandaVision, so we'll see what he can do. It seems like Marvel likes to do that. Like if you do good for him once, they'll give you another shot at something else. Like John Watts and et cetera, et cetera.
Of course.
So in addition to WandaVision, Shakeman has helmed episodes of Succession, Game of Thrones, Fargo. We recently learned that he's set to direct the first 2 episodes of Apple TV's live action Godzilla and the Titans series. What the fuck is that?
I didn't know about that either.
Did anyone know about this Godzilla and the Titans series? Who are the Titans? Yeah. Like all the monsters? I thought they already had their own universe. Anyways, he was also reportedly in line to direct Star Trek 4, but I guess he's going to take this instead, and now Star Trek 4 is on the back burner. They've lost another director. If he gets this. A lot of people know the origin story. A lot of people know the basics. Yeah, like we already talked this before. We don't need a Fantastic Four origin story. Everyone on the planet knows they were hit by cosmic radiation, and that's how they got their powers done. Like let's start with that already established. They already have their powers and go from there. I think is the consensus.
I think that's the funnest way to do it.
So DC moves all their movies around again. I have no idea when anything comes out.
No, we will never know.
So it looks like Black Adam will be the last DC film of the year, as they have moved Shazam, Fear the Guards from this December to March, and Aquaman.
Keep talking.
Aquaman from March to Christmas, and then The Flash is when? Did they not move The Flash? The Flash is still the same? The release date was changed heavily, rumored for weeks. Now it's been official, as Jason Momoa star needed additional time to complete post-production. How long have they been filming that movie? Like 3 years now?
Yeah, I would say it's probably going on about 3 years, because if I'm not mistaken, they started just before the pandemic, no?
Is that what we're calling it now, the pandemo?
I give nicknames to a lot of things.
Okay. As for Zachary Levi fronted Shazam sequel, its move should be quite beneficial, as it will now be open and be able to open in premium format screens, including IMAX, and no longer has to compete with the juggernaut Avatar: The Way of Water.
Juggernaut? That's a bit of
yeah, this doesn't say anything about the Flash. I guess it didn't move yet. I think it was.
Yeah.
What was that supposed to come out in June? June 2023.
Oh man, I don't even remember, dude. So many.
The Boys season 4 adds Jeffrey Dean Morgan, as Eric Kripke continues to add people from Supernatural, which we finally finished. Season 15 after 2.5 years of watching it.
Spicy.
Yeah, you know what? My wife said that people were upset at the ending of Supernatural. We're like, good. I don't know. What was the problem? Do you know the ending of Supernatural?
I don't.
Okay, well, it's been years since it came out. They both die eventually, and they're in heaven, and they're having a great time. Like, what's the problem? Anyways, so Jeffrey Dean Morgan has been cast in The Boys season 4. THR broke the news, but we don't have any additional details of who they will play. There's a decent chance he'll be playing a character created for the show. However, it's pretty much all of the major players from the comic book have already been cast. Whoever Morgan ends up playing, if he doesn't share a scene or two with Jensen Ackles' Soldier Boy, there's going to be hell to pay.
Well, I assume he's going to be somebody's dad, no?
Why are you being so ageist? I have no idea.
Never mind.
They could create a character for the show. He could be someone else. I'm not as familiar with The Boys comics as my wife is, and or people in the stream. So if you have a suggestion of who could play,
please,
then let us know. But he's a good actor, and yeah, okay.
And yes.
Speaking of shows from comic book shows, Umbrella Academy has been renewed for a 4th and final season. Season 3 was a big hit, apparently. We have not watched it yet. We're still in season 2. Well, we just finished season 2. But the Umbrella Academy will return for for more time displaced in adventures on Netflix with the fourth season of the popular Dark Horse comic series. Adaptation will be its last. I'm so excited that the loyal fans of the Umbrella Academy will be able to experience a fitting end to the Hargreaves siblings' journey. We began 5 years ago, showrunner Steve Blackman said in a statement. But before we get to that conclusion, we've got an amazing story ahead for season 4, one that will have fans on edge seats until the final minutes. He says he couldn't get into the Umbrella Academy. I will 100% agree. The first season is rough. It's long. It's kind of boring in parts, and not a lot happens every episode. I will say season 2, it gets infinitely better. The pacing is a lot better. So if you can slog your way through season 1, you might be able to get into season 2.
Agreed.
She-Hulk attorney at law addresses Eternal Celestials and teases. Oh yeah, I covered that in the. Didn't we cover this last week? Keith says made it to episode 5. Yeah, episode 5 of season 1 or season 2, because season 1's rough. So man fights with Metal Claw in bar brawl. Yeah. So now we know Logan's coming. Okay, so we're gonna do keys of the week and top 10 cover price.
Keys of the week, your top 10.
Okay, so according to cover price this week, let me squeeze that a bit and then do that. Trespasser is number 1. Star Wars is number 2. Batman, it's hard to see the number. What is that? It's a variant 1063. Well, that is a cool variant. Cover. Oh yeah, that's a variant of 1063. Notice that I only own the Albuquerque version, and I do not have that variant. Frank Miller Ashcan. Oh yeah, you know what? I'll ask Keith while he's in here. Keith, did you get 5 copies of that Frank Miller Ashcan, and did you put it out for sale at $1 like it was supposed to be? Because my local comic book store did not. He's like, nope, I kept them all.
Wow.
Season 5, number 5, Sensational She-Hulk number 1. Keith only got 3. Yes. Did you keep them? Number 6 is the controversial. Oh, he sold them at $5. Well, it's better than keeping them. The controversial McFarlane Batman cover gold foil from Fan Expo. Apparently, this was also at Florida at Comic-Con as well. It's a gold cover tribute to the iconic McFarlane cover, which is going for $100, $129,
$500 for that.
$500
exclusive foil.
But these ones are, well, that says an Air Virgin variant. What's with the? I don't know what the Air. Oh, they're a different color, maybe. $66. Seems like this one's really overpriced. They sold all 1,000 copies on Thursday. What was the original price, Keith, on this at Fan Expo? $8 Billion Genies number 1 is still in the top 10, going strong. What If featuring Planet Hulk, Black Cat, and Web of Spider-Man. Ben Riley Scarlet Spider. Yes. Oh, you know what? That's not that bad for that. It's a nice cover. Keith, did you get one? Keys of the week. Amazing Fantasy 1000 August variant. Variant version cover by Peach Momoko. Limited to 5,000 copies. Keith did not get one, so now he's got to pay $500 on eBay. Another Amazing Fantasy 1000 reintroduction of the Witch Queen. Power Rangers Unlimited Death Ranger number 1, the first appearance of Sister Supernova. Are you okay?
Oh, number 3, on the list?
Well, that's just no. This is for Keys of the Week.
Oh, just in
we already moved on, dude. We moved on.
Guys. No, I just sorry. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh my god. Power Rangers Unlimited Death Ranger number 1. Forever Forward, a scientist accidentally launches himself and his friends into a quantum time space where they must continue to travel into the future until they find the technology to make it back to their home timeline. Star Trek Picard, Stargazer #1. I'll probably pick this up because it's a bridge between Picard season 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Season 2 was kind of a shit show for Picard.
Yeah.
But everyone's back for season 3, so just give me the nostalgia feels in the heart, and I'm good. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Best of Baxter Stockman #1.
That cover's dope.
This cover?
Yeah, with the little guys on his shoulder, that's cool.
Those little bastards in the arcade with the
they were
steel
so
cables.
hard in the game, dude. They were so hard in the game.
Fuckers. DC Saved by the Belle Reve, first appearance of Sydney, an ally of Tim Drake and John Kent. Harley Quinn, annual #1, 2022. Superman War World Apocalypse #1. Solicitation references the rebirth of Fourth World of New Gods.
Damn.
Sandman Universe Nightmare Country #5. Wonder Girl annual #1. Gambit #2. That's #2 of a 5-issue limited series, I believe. And then Thunderbolts #1. New Thunderbolts HQ annual. Had a sweet homage cover to Batman 608 second print. Oh, okay. Yeah. So Thunderbolts #1, first appearance of Guts and Glory, first appearance of Eargro, the Unbreakable. It's a double E there, that's weird. New Thunderbolts roster includes Hawkeye, Spectrum, America Chavez, Power Man, Persuasion, Guts and Glory, and Eargro, the Unbreakable.
Sorry, it's a little bit shrunk. It's hard for me to read.
It's a double E. It's weird. Okay. Oh, yes. More Flash news.
Oh, God. Yeah. Jesus.
Okay. So Ezra Miller reportedly met with Warner Brothers execs earlier this week to discuss the future of the upcoming Flash movie. He got down on his knees and blew everyone in the boardroom.
He lubed up.
That is incorrect.
Lubed up.
That's just a rumor. So he and his representative more reportedly met with Warner Brothers film chairs Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi on Wednesday, August 24th. While details surrounding the meeting have not been revealed, the report indicates that Miller reaffirmed their commitment to the Flash, which is currently scheduled to be June 23rd. So Ezra is, hey Sammy, what's up? Oh, it's been a while since Sammy's been around.
What's up?
So Miller is like, I reaffirmed his commitment to the film? Why is he reaffirming his commitment? Shouldn't it be the other way around? Or is he reaffirming that he's going to stop being a douche?
I would assume he's going to reaffirm that he's going to stop being a douche, but let's be real.
He says it was a hot dog eating contest in that boardroom.
He's correct.
The meeting comes after reports that had indicated Warner Brothers considering all options for how to deal with the Flash amid Miller's controversies, including potentially scrapping the movie entirely. Earlier this month, Miller released a statement confirming that he had been undergoing treatment for their mental health, a decision that was reportedly sparked by Miller learning that the film could potentially get canceled. They care about the Flash. It's one of their favorite. So he's like, oh, they might cancel it. I better go to rehab.
I better go now. Yeah.
Speaking of controversial figures, not the John Bernthal's one, but he has a podcast.
I saw, dude.
Oh my God. Shia LaBeouf was on his podcast. I didn't get to see the whole thing because he, I think now he's doing Patreon, so the whole thing's behind a Patreon. But he released like an 18-minute clip of Shia LaBeouf talking about what happened after his last accusation. And like, as much as you give that guy, like, that guy's weird, he kind of like finally understood that he's got like this time he has no out. Like, he was talking about wiggle room, like, before I had wiggle room because I had a good movie or I had a good this or like, you know, but now, like, after this last one, I had no wiggle room and I didn't know what to do. And whether some of it was true and some of it wasn't, which he said, yes, some of it was true and some of it wasn't. And the argument about that, it's interesting at least to see into the mind of someone who, one, is an admitted alcoholic, and two, a child star, kind of. He started pretty young.
Definitely. Yep.
And then to kind of see what happens to a person like that after, like how they reflect on their actions and how their actions affected other people. And like he seemed, since whether it's true or not, or he's a good actor, which he is, he seems sincere in his remorse and understanding of what he's done to other people, and whether that starts his whether that starts his journey back or not. This is probably something that Ezra Miller should do sincerely, and not what he's currently doing of like, I'm just covering my own ass.
Yeah. I think obviously it being said right there that the idea that the film could be canceled, and that all of a sudden they're like, oh, okay.
Oh, I went to rehab.
Yeah. Oh, I need to.
I have mental health issues. Oh no.
It's like, that's not how you do it, of course. But I don't see it going in the best direction. I could see this blowing up quite largely.
Like him going to rehab, or him just canceling it, or what?
Well, him going to rehab, because I feel like if anything, he'll fail rehab for sure.
Who in the chat thinks it should be canceled? Canceled. Okay, moving on. Good news, potential good news. So last week we talked about how this is all weird now because I resized it. We talked about how David Zaslav is a dick and he's canceling things that are good, like Batman, Cape Crusader. Josh is losing his mind over his cat. So Sammy says, I think the movie will be canceled. So Batman, Cape Crusader, coming from J.J. Abrams and who's the other guy? Bruce Timm and Matt Reeves. They are allowed to shop it to other networks, and apparently Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon are all interested.
Of course.
I saw Kevin Smith say, you know how Marvel could dominate DC is to get the streaming for Batman and have Batman on Disney Plus.
I would die, dude.
Yeah, that'd be funny. But so we do have a chance to still see this cool project with animated Batman being a bit more serious.
Yep.
Why so serious? Yeah, so it's not entirely dead yet. Speaking of more DC, they might have found their Kevin Feige. So 2 reports this week. One says it might be Dan Lin, who was the executive turned producer behind Aladdin and the Lego movies and It's Part 1 and 2. He might have the inside track. Lego movie was cool. Never saw Aladdin. Is that the one with Will Smith as a genie?
Yeah, I never saw it.
Didn't he look? I think he looked weird in that, didn't he?
Sammy thinks the movie's going to be canceled.
Yes, I saw that. See, I was saying that to the audience, and you left.
Sorry, my cat was going insane.
Yes, I also alerted.
Sorry.
I also alerted the audience to you losing your cat.
Jesus.
Okay, so that was one. The other candidate appears to be Emma Watts, a veteran of not from Harry Potter, right? Was that Emma Watts as well?
No, that's Emma. Oh my god, I almost said Emma Stone. That's Emma Watson.
Oh, Watson. Okay. So the latest candidate is Emma Watts, a veteran of the studio system who's worked at Paramount and 20th Century Fox in the past. She left her post at Paramount Motion Picture Group president late last year, shortly after Jim Giannopoulos was pushed out as Paramount's chairman and CEO. She is hardly a household name to most of the members of the audience, having spent most of her career behind the scenes, but she did work with Paramount on Transformers. Yeah. Although that Dungeons and Dragons movie, the trailer looks pretty good, I gotta say.
As long as they make it campy and fun and like a little bit of heart in it,
yeah,
they got a hit. It's not hard.
And with Fox on Avatar.
Oh Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, if anyone in the chat has an idea of who should be the head of, and you can't say Kevin Feige, who should be the head of DC,
definitely not this.
Who can lead the way to redemption of Batman and Superman? By all means, let us know.
No.
So we have possible casting news for Sue Storm, Lily James or Jodie Comer.
Interesting.
So Lily James was fantastic in Pam and Tommy. Oh, so here are some of the names. So Lily James, Amanda Seyfried, who was amazing in The Dropout.
I don't think she should be it though.
No, she's wrong, but she's a great actress. Philippa Sue, who I don't know. Jodie Comer, who was in...
Free guy.
Yeah, but she was also in Killing Eve, but she's amazing in that show.
Oh.
Keith, you're kidding. That's a joke. Keith says should be Zack Snyder. Saoirse Ronan from Little Women, Vanessa Kirby. You can see the photos of all of them. Oh, can I now? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Who do you think should play Sue Storm? Yeah, I guess it depends what era they're going for. Like, are they going for young Fantastic Four or like middle-aged Fantastic Four, and they'll have their kids soon, like Franklin?
I think Lily James, Vanessa Kirby's, those were all right. The second last one was all right.
I
Was I?
Okay, so last week we talked about how Henry Cavill told DC to fuck themselves, but
And
now
he's not coming back.
But now it looks like he's coming back.
Okay.
He maybe they just are like they backed up a couple of dump trucks full of money. So
Lots
the
of
new
money.
leadership at Warner Brothers, it appears the studio might be listening. Talking to Fandango's Eric Davis, the Rap's Umberto Gonzalez was asked what the chances are we'll still see Cavill as Superman again, and he repeatedly said to divulge what he's been told would be a spoiler. Well, that just means he's not coming back. That could just mean they've cast someone else already. We have to believe this means Cavill's Man of Tomorrow will be part of Black Adam, because if anyone could make his return happen, it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. What the future holds beyond, that remains to be seen, but it's baffling that we haven't seen the world's most iconic superhero on the big screen for nearly 5 years. And when he was treated like garbage. A movie featuring Superman, Black Adam, Shazam would be a guaranteed hit, of course, and though if Dan Lane is going to be overseeing the DCU, who knows what his plans might differ from. Cool if he comes back. I don't think he will.
I don't think so either, but now, I don't know.
Well, he's still got like 4 more seasons of The Witcher to film.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, because I think the story. Well, I mean, the books are. They could do more than 7 if they want to really stretch it, but the books are about 7. There's a trilogy, and then there's kind of like the first couple of books they kind of covered with short stories, and then there's 2 books after the main trilogy.
Gotcha.
Okay, so Spider-Man. Oh, Keith says DC needs someone who's an actual fan of the books and characters. I don't really care who it is, just as long as they do it right.
Correct. So
Spider-Man may be on the verge of superhero retirement. Are Spider-Man's web-slinging days behind him? Peter Parker has been suiting up as Spider-Man for 60 years. Jesus Christ. With Marvel celebrating Spider-Man's anniversary with the release of Amazing Fantasy 1000, a list of visionary creators such as Neil Gaiman, Dan Slott, Jim Chung, Jonathan Hickman, and more will contribute to the oversized one-shot, which explores Spider-Man's past and future that promises to leave an impact on his mythos. One of these stories will find Spider-Man contemplating retirement to someone off the page after recounting his many failures and personal tragedies. I mean, he won't, but it's an interesting thing to like contemplate, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so last one, we got new details on Batgirl, which I also read that there were funeral screenings around the lot.
Correct. So there was screenings at the lot. They showed the movie.
I thought they deleted it.
No, they deleted off the servers. It just means they still have it somewhere.
People
so it's
have
like
local
they
copies.
got it.
Okay.
They got it.
Like
Yeah,
just
they
carrying it
got
around on
somewhere.
USB sticks on their keychain.
What if this whole thing to cancel it was like to raise hype, and all of a sudden DC's like, you know what?
You mean like Deadpool?
We'll release it,
They can't though.
and then they do.
They will get in a lot of trouble from the IRS if they make a dime off of it.
I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Okay, so if you are looking forward to seeing it one day, you probably don't want to read this. But I'm gonna read it anyways.
Small spoiler. Spoiler.
So much has been said about Batgirl's shocking cancellations. Warner Brothers Discovery made the unprecedented decision to scrap the $90 million movie. Now that we have some intriguing details on recent Twitter Spaces conversation between Eric Davis. Sammy says, "Am I the only one to see Superman just go rough on people? You mean like beat the crap out of them, like just regular humans, so they would be like smash into pulp or something? Or you mean like other
rough other
superheroes?" So the latter spoke with someone who has seen an early cut of the DC Comics movie and shed some light on what the fans could have expected to see from Michael Keaton's Batman. I asked how Keaton is in it at least, and I was told he was good. Well, it's Michael Keaton. Of course he's good. He's playing Bruce Wayne Batman age appropriate. He's got white hair when he's Bruce Wayne, and the kicker here is that his Batman is retired, but he obviously pops in to help and advise Barbara. He's not really that much in it, but he has a presence when he is in it. And it's sort of a pivotal cameo when he pops in and out. It also, as for the quality, it plays like a very expensive CW pilot. It's not really a strong film. The tone is just very CW, lacking in depth, lighter, and more comic book like. Oh, weird! A movie that's more comic book like. That doesn't seem like DC movies at all, which is odd because Michael Keaton's in it. It's basically an hour and 40-minute CW pilot with pretty good action set piece at the end, from what I'm told. And again, not the worst superhero film I've ever seen. So, it might not have made, it's like, usually it's double, like 90 plus another 90 for marketing. They ain't putting that much marketing into this. It might have made its money back with a box office and streaming. Just saying, like, it might have been a wash. Like, broken even.
Yeah. I would say broke even for sure.
So DC did it again. Okay, so I made one purchase today. I went to the comic book shop. I made one purchase. I thought I'd show it off because now I'm jumping on because if people have been watching Keith says can't be as bad as that last Thor pile. Listen, I will agree with you that Love and Thunder wasn't great. Right, I love Ragnarok. I love Taika Waititi. He should probably be done with Thor at this point and not make another Thor movie. But I don't know if it was like the worst Marvel movie ever made.
No,
but it wasn't. I don't think it was Iron Man 3 bad, but it wasn't. But it was. I don't know. It wasn't. I don't know. I don't think it was a total loss. Gore should have been in it a lot more. I think they wasted Christian Bale. Yeah, and they really should have had that. Oh, Keith really didn't like it. He wanted his money back. Well, if you'd waited till Friday, you could have watched it on Disney Plus. Ouch. Well, that's too bad that Keith didn't like it. Okay, so I picked up this because I'm on the Sandman bandwagon, and my local comic shop had this in stock. It's Sandman Absolute Omnibus #1, Volume 1.
Dope.
It's a really nice slipcase cover. They didn't have 2 or 3 in stock, but they got this one in stock at least. But yeah, it's really nice. So nice. It goes for $163 Canadian or $125 US.
Damn, player.
I get a special price though.
Ooh, sexy.
But yeah, it's really nice. So I'm not sure if these just came out or if they're reprints or they just came out for the movie. But
he said it's gorgeous, and I agree. It looks gorgeous. I feel like it's new for the show because is it the same font from the comic? As it is in the show, because that's the one from the show.
I don't know. This doesn't say when it was printed. It does say it was printed and bound in China, so like a Uyghur slave probably made this. But
yeah, You might have to check for notes.
So this shit. So this collects 1 to 20 of the Sandman and features all new coloring on issues 1 to 18, commissioned especially for this edition. This volume also includes a full reproduction of Gaiman's original proposal for the series and the complete script and pencils by Gaiman and Charles Vess for the World Fantasy Award-winning story A Midsummer Night's Dream from Sandman number 19, as well as afterwards by Gaiman and a gallery of character design sketches showing the evolution of Dream of the Endless.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I may have to like run back to my comic book shop and get them to order the other two because I think there's 3 volumes. But yeah, that's really.
I almost kind of want to pick it up, to be honest.
Yeah, that's really.
Or
nice.
something to that similar.
Sammy says time for an open box vid. Yeah, maybe next week. I usually don't open my Omnis until I'm about to read them, but maybe I can make an exception for this one.
Yeah, do it
for next week and get the camera in the right position. But yeah. Okay.
Sure.
So is that all we're gonna talk about today?
I think that's all we had.
Yeah. Keith says no blue kitties in issue 18. Well, they did have recoloring, so I will let you know if it has blue kitties in issue 18. I never read the I never read the originals, and then I had it on tablet, but I just never got around to reading it. I have read some other Neil Gaiman stuff. His Norse mythology book is fantastic. And really? I just feel, yeah. Well, it's like a retelling of Norse mythology, but like with his kind of prose. And then I read his run of Eternals, which was pretty good.
Right.
That was only like 7 issues, which okay. I don't know why it was only 7. It could have gone longer, but although he kind of wrapped up the story. But they just could have let him kept doing more. I don't know why they made him stop, but yeah. Okay, well, thanks everyone for checking us out, staying with us.
Thank you. Yeah, today was great.
Letting us know what we did wrong and what you like and don't like, and that Ryan Johnson's a fuck. And how dare you? And yeah, if anyone is in the Niagara region, by all means check out Free Show Comics, and Keith will hook you up with, I don't know, something. A pat on the back.
A pat on the butt.
No, wait. That's sexual harassment, dude.
Oh, pat on the back, yeah.
Okay.
On the shoulder.
Jesus Christ.
On the head.
Oh.
Good boy.
Air tap. Like air.
Air tap. Yeah, air tap.
Yeah, no problem, Keith. Actually, Keith, are you going to Maiden in October in Hamilton?
Are you going to Maiden?
Now I have the waiting thing from the delay.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Keith says probably not. Okay.
No.
Well, I'm going to Maiden and Clerks 3 showing, so I'll be kind of in town, so I'll try and get out to your shop and look for some 90s Ghost Rider back issues, because I'm collecting a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks for coming back, Sammy. He's got a wedding to attend. During the week? It's a Wednesday. Who gets married on a Wednesday?
I shot a wedding on a Thursday last month.
Oh, okay. Well, people do get married during the week.
It's fucked.
It's fucked that people get married on a Wednesday or a Thursday?
Yeah.
It's probably cheaper for the venue, though, isn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
So much cheaper. Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, Keith will talk. Anyways, come back and check us out next week, 9:30.
Please.
And